All right, everyone. Cinephile Mike, your friendly neighborhood cinephile, is here with day 50. And I don't know about you, but after chatting with some of my friends last night, I am still fuming over some of those Oscar snubs. So we will move forward with award season reviews, season two, with Razzies Week. And today we are going to remain within the superhero genre. Now it's interesting because at the earlier part of this season, early in the first set, I had two really strong reviews, well, stronger, with two successes that have been all over award season this year Guardians Volume 3 and Spider Man Across the Spider Verse. But now we're looking at the best of what people are claiming are the worst. Yesterday we had Ant Man, and today we have Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Written by Henry Gayden and Chris Morgan and directed by David F. Sandberg, this sequel is the follow up to, and I will say it here, the more superior film that we had in 2019. Now, it should be known, it was the same writer director combo that did the first film. They added Morgan to this one, and yet the magic was not recaptured. Now, box office wise, while the flick did not crack the top 10, it did crack the top 40 for 2023. As of this posting, Shazam Fury of the Gods had a total box office take of $134,038,006, with $57,638,006 from the domestic box office and the remaining $76,400,000 from the international box office. Not great box office wise. This is slightly over a third of what the first film did in 2019. So, better than the first? No. Comparable? Mm, maybe in pockets. Worthy of the Razzie love? Well, let's talk about that. So, Shazam Fury of the Gods received 4 Razzie nominations. It was nominated for Worst Picture of the Year, not even worst prequel, remake, sequel, or ripoff like yesterday's Ant-Man, but Worst Picture of the Year, Worst Screenplay for Gayden and Morgan, Worst Supporting Actress for Lucy Liu, and I can't even believe I have to say this, Worst Actress for, and not just Helen Mirren, but the way they wrote it on the website, Dame Helen Mirren, Worst Actress. I'm sorry, that's a crime. But moving on. I'll get there. Summary for those that have not maybe seen Shazam, and apparently 2/3 of the people that saw the first one might not have seen this second one. Shazam Fury of the Guards picks up several years after Billy Batson shared his powers with his fellow adoptive brothers and sisters, and they have become a team not so affectionately known by their hometown as the Philly Fiascos. But they do try, however, to, do the best that they can. And like all families, because remember, you have a bunch of superheroes that are little kids, and they're growing up and they want to explore more. So this family dynamic is part of the premise of the film. These heroes want to go off and explore their life, but Billy, who suffers from separation anxiety issues from earlier life, has difficulty letting go. He's trying to keep everyone together while they're all kind of pulling apart. And then now just to kind of show the connection, because it's a weird connection because you have to remember a small plot detail from the first film for this. They do throw it in there. At the end of the first film, Billy as Shazam destroyed the wizard staff, which prevented the powers from spreading. But he did not know that what would happen was that would destroy the barrier that was creating the gods from coming back to Earth's realm. An element that was not referenced in the first film, forced in here in the second to justify. So, that is a little bit of forced screenplay writing. And as a result of this, now with this barrier gone, the gods are able to come back to Earthrealm, and specifically the daughters of Atlas, Hespera, played by Helen Mirren, Calypso, played by Lucy Liu, and Anthea, played by Rachel Zegler, come back. And more so Hesper and Calypso than Anthea, they want to put the staff back together and take back the power that was taken from their father, Atlas. So they go after the Shazam family. So it's interesting. We have these two intertwining plots, but they're both with family at the center, and how we will see all these conflicts and resolutions go as Shazam and his family take on the Daughters of Atlas. Now, as superhero movies go, it's the worst or most intricate plot. There are a few plot elements kind of forced in to justify, but that's not necessarily the worst thing. So I'm not sure if I agree with the screenplay or picture nominations. I'm almost shocked that Shazam is in these conversations and Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom got out unscathed with nothing. I mean, that is a film I truly feel deserves the nominations that Shazam got. But I'm not here to talk about Aquaman. I'm here to talk about Shazam. And as I said yesterday, like in Ant-Man, the effects were a little kind of fakey at times. So if there are worse special effects, Razzie, yeah, I would probably put Shazam up there with Ant-Man. Otherwise, I don't know if I want to start saying we should judge these screenplays because at this point, the first films are those origin stories, so there's a little more creativity with how the characters get introduced. But after that, is it really the writers who are guiding the story, or is it the studio? Was Warner Brothers kind of steering the way Gaten Morgan had to go with their script here? So are they justified for worse screenplay? Maybe there's some elements forced that aren't great screenwriting, so I guess I can understand. But look, I'm sorry. Mirren and Liu nominated, I don't think is fair. They're having fun as the villains here. They came on board with this. There were some funny behind the scenes about them playing these roles and how they, came out when they got on set. And look, they have fun with this. They're doing, what they can with the script that they're given. They're fine. They're believable as villains. I work with it. Um, again, I think this is not the worst film DC put out in 2023. Personally, I enjoyed this a lot more than Aquaman, and I even enjoyed this one a little bit more than The Flash or Blue Beetle. So, there's worse ways to spend 2 hours, as I just said. So, the Razzie nominations, I don't think they're justified. Shazam Fury of the Gods is a 3-star film for me. Again, not the greatest, but nowhere near Razzie level. Now, if you haven't seen Shazam Fury of the Gods yet, you can catch it streaming either on Netflix or on Max. Not one to be taken seriously, but there are some good genuine laughs. I know I got more out of this one than I did, from Blue Beetle, which was a slightly better film than this one. Definitely got more from it than Aquaman. Definitely a much worse film and more Razzie deserving film. So there you have it, my opinion. See everyone tomorrow as we continue Razzie Week. I will be coming soon to talk about some of the Oscar nominations, and some other videos will be coming soon. They're being put together as I speak. But as we continue Razzie's Week, we're going to look at a pair of films that have multiple nominations, with who better at the helm than the devil. Tune in. As always, if you like what you heard here, please subscribe, spread the word. You can follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all social media platforms. You can compare movie reviews with me on Letterboxd. Until next time, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.